There are moments when we want to speak, when we feel the need to explain, to defend, to react. But not every moment calls for words. It's easy to think that saying something will make things better. That if we just explain ourselves, argue our point, or respond to what's unfair, we'll fix the situation. But more often than not, silence is the wiser choice. In this video, we're going to explore 5 situations where staying silent isn't weakness, it's strength. These are lessons drawn from Buddhist wisdom, and once you understand them, you'll start to see silence in a completely different way. Let's begin. Situation 1. When your words come from anger. You know that moment when you're upset, really upset, and words just start forming in your mind? Maybe someone insulted you. Maybe they twisted the truth. Maybe something just feels completely unfair. And in that moment, your mind races. You feel the heat rising in your chest, and before you even think, the words are ready to fire back. But Buddhist wisdom teaches that anger is like holding a hot coal. You think you're throwing it at someone else, but you're the one who gets burned. Think about the last time you lashed out in anger. Did it fix anything? Did the other person stop and realize their mistake? Probably not. Because words spoken in anger aren't really about truth. They're about trying to release a feeling that's too heavy to carry. But here's what happens the moment passes. The anger fades, and you're left with the words you can't take back. Buddhism emphasizes the power of silence in these moments, not as a way to suppress your feelings, but as a way to master them. It's not about letting someone walk over you. It's about not letting a temporary emotion control your actions. Because when you speak from anger, you're not choosing your words, your emotions are choosing them for you. And emotions are never careful. This doesn't mean you have to stay silent forever. It just means you wait. Give yourself space. Let the fire cool. And when you do speak, let it come from clarity, not chaos. So the next time someone pushes your buttons, the next time you feel that heat rising inside you, try this. Pause. Breathe. Let silence be your answer, at least for now. It's not easy, but it's powerful. And in that silence, you'll find something most people never do: control over yourself. And that is something no one can take away. Situation 2. When your words won't help. Have you ever been in a conversation where you knew that no matter what you said, it wouldn't change a thing? Maybe someone was too stubborn to listen. Maybe they were angry, lost in their own emotions. Maybe they just wanted to argue, not understand. And yet, you still wanted to speak. You still wanted to explain, to defend, to make them see your side. But Buddhism teaches that wisdom isn't just knowing what to say, it's knowing when saying nothing is the better choice. Sometimes, words are like adding fuel to a fire. Instead of making things clearer, they make everything worse. When someone is too closed off to listen, your words don't reach them. They just bounce back, turning into noise, conflict, or frustration. Think about the times you've tried to argue with someone who refused to understand. Did they suddenly have a change of heart? Or did they dig their heels in deeper? Most people don't want the truth in the middle of an argument. They want to win. And if you fight back, you get pulled into their game where no one actually wins. So, what's the better option? Silence. Not in a way that makes you feel weak, but in a way that makes you unshakable. Buddhist monks practice silence in these moments, not because they don't have answers, but because they understand that the right words at the wrong time are useless. They wait. They observe. They choose their moment. So the next time you're about to explain yourself to someone who won't hear it, or argue with someone who only wants to fight, ask yourself, will my words actually help? Or am I just reacting? If the answer is no, let silence be your wisdom. Because sometimes the strongest thing you can say is nothing at all. Situation 3. when speaking would break your peace? You ever notice how some conversations just drain you? Maybe it's a person who always brings negativity. Maybe it's gossip. Maybe it's drama that doesn't even involve you, but somehow you get pulled in. And the moment you engage, even just a little, you feel it. The weight, the tension, the regret of even opening your mouth. Buddhism teaches something simple but powerful. Not every battle is yours to fight. Not every conversation is worth your energy. Because words aren't just sounds, we carry them. They sit in our minds, they shape our thoughts, they affect the way we feel long after the conversation is over. Think about it. How many times have you spoken just to fill the silence, only to walk away feeling worse? How many times have you gotten caught up in gossip and arguments and defending yourself when you didn't even need to? Sometimes silence isn't about holding back. It's about protecting your peace. Because every word you speak is an exchange. You're giving away a piece of yourself. And not everyone deserves that access. Buddhist monks don't just practice silence for discipline. They do it because they understand its power. When you stop reacting to every little thing, you become untouchable. You choose what affects you. You choose what enters your mind. You choose what deserves your voice. So the next time you feel the pull to speak, to respond, to engage in something that will drain you, pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? If it's not, let it go. Stay silent. Move on. Because sometimes the strongest person in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who knows when to walk away. Situation 4. When others are not ready to listen. Not every truth needs to be spoken, not because it isn't important, but because not everyone is ready to hear it. Think about the times you've tried to help someone see the bigger picture. Maybe you gave advice to a friend who kept making the same mistakes. Maybe you told the truth to someone who clearly needed to hear it. Maybe you tried to calm down a person who was too emotional to think straight. And what happened? Most of the time, they didn't listen. Maybe they got defensive. Maybe they brushed it off. Maybe they even turned against you, as if you were the problem, and suddenly you're left frustrated, wondering why they couldn't just understand. Buddhism teaches that wisdom is not just knowing the truth, it's knowing when the truth should be spoken. Because truth, when given to someone who isn't ready for it, can feel like an attack. It's like planting a seed in the wrong season. You can drop it in the soil, but it won't grow. The ground isn't ready, the conditions aren't right, and if you force it, all you'll do is waste your energy. This doesn't mean you should lie or hide what you know. It means you should be mindful of when and how you speak. If someone is too angry, too defensive, too stuck in their ways, silence is often the better path, not because you're afraid to speak, but because you understand that words only work when the other person is open to hearing them. Buddhist monks practice this all the time. They don't force their wisdom on people who aren't ready for it. They observe, they wait, and if the time is right, they speak. If not, they stay silent, because silence is better than wasted words. So next time you feel the urge to explain, to correct, to fix someone with your words, ask yourself, are they even ready to listen? If the answer is no, hold your peace. Let them walk their own path, because sometimes silence is not just the wise choice. It's the only choice that truly respects both you and them. Situation 5. When the words have already been said. There are times in life when things have already been said. The moment is past. The conversation is over. And yet, you find yourself still going over it in your mind. Maybe you think of something you should have said, or maybe you wish you could take back something you did say. Either way, you're stuck in the past, rehashing words that have already been spoken. But Buddhism teaches that you can't unriver the water. Once something is said, it can never be taken back. Not the tone, not the meaning, not even the impact it has had. Holding on to those words, wishing you could change them, only prolongs the pain sometimes. No matter how much you want to correct things or explain, the best course of action is to move forward, not backward. When you continue to speak after something has been said, you risk diving into a realm of regret and frustration. More words can sometimes just stir up what's already been stirred. And no matter how valid your thoughts or your explanations might seem, recognizing that the moment has passed is wisdom in itself. Silence in such moments is a way of accepting reality as it unfolded, while also protecting your peace from unnecessary turmoil. Instead of continuing to talk, trying to fix what's already been set in motion, taking a step back and letting silence settle allows you to step into a place of clarity. Buddhist monks often hold space for silence when they come across situations where words cannot undo what's been done. They understand the transience of all moments, the word spoken, the argument finished, the criticism received. Instead of fighting the flow of time and words, they simply opt to listen to the present. The next time you feel the need to bring something up that's already been said, or if you feel like you need to reopen a conversation that's closed, ask yourself, are my words truly what this situation needs now? Or am I just trying to fix something that can't be fixed? Double quotes. In those moments, let silence show you the strength of acceptance, because sometimes the greatest wisdom we can show is letting the past be the past and moving forward with peace. So, as we wrap up, remember this: silence isn't about avoiding conflict or shutting people out. It's about knowing when words serve no purpose, when your peace is more important than any argument, and when the right words need to come from a place of calm, not emotion. Buddhism teaches us that silence is a tool, a way to guard our energy and focus our thoughts. In these 5 situations, silence doesn't make us weak or silent. It makes us strong. It makes us wise. It's a choice, not a retreat. Take this wisdom with you today. Next time you find yourself in one of these situations, choose silence. Let it bring you peace. Let it bring you clarity. And let it show you the power that comes from knowing when to speak and when to simply be. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.